Good. Good morning. Happy August. What just happened? July went away. Yay. Well, welcome to Unity of Fort Collins, friends. If you are new here today and would like to see a welcome packet, if you put your hand in the air, one will appear. Jim has them. If you'd like a welcome packet, just let us know. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Okay. Welcome also to the online participants. We have a community online that actually is as big as the one sitting here today. So imagine ourselves doubled in size. So enjoy your pajamas and coffee mugs. Today's speaker is Barbara Weimar. Woohoo! A fan favorite. Our reader is Dalia Pettigrew, also a fan favorite. And our musician is Elise Wonder, and Elise won that vocal contest. Round one. So she's headed to the finals. She is going to Nashville. She's going to Nashville. So we're talking about a groupie trip to Nashville. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be awesome. All right. And whoever wins the trip to Nashville, which is Elise, manifesting, she would do the opening gig for legendary artist Anna LaPrade. So if she's legendary, it's in a generation that's not mine. Okay, our youth program today is focusing on the powers of understanding and will in August. Their affirmation will be, I choose my good based on spiritual understanding. Woohoo! That's good for all of us kids. Prayer chaplain today is Bonnie Goulding. Where's Bonnie? There's Bonnie. If you'd like to have someone to hang with you in prayer, she'll be in the Myrtle room. And that can be a prayer of gratitude. It could be a prayer of support. Whatever's on your mind, Bonnie's there with you. Artwork is, so Gloria is manifesting people finding their inner artist. So I think it's actually Gloria's life's purpose to help all of us find their inner artist, one of many, maybe perhaps Gloria. But the artists who contributed here, please take your art down next Sunday, and we'll let you know what's next on the art wall. Reverend Jim is starting a new class, Metaphysics 2. The class incorporates the metaphysical teachings of Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. And in it, you will find fascinating comments on the nature of God and humanity, as well as the practical application of metaphysics. Meets on Zoom on Thursdays at 1, and the books are available in the bookstore. Okay. Does anybody recognize this shirt? I got it at the Unity garage sale. I love it. Isn't that awesome? All right, who's doing announcements?
Thank you. Hi. We're having a potluck, a unity picnic, chicken tempeh and brisket. You don't want to miss it. August 24th.
These are the sign-ups, and I'll pass them this way. And I just wanted to let you know that the movie night it's going to be Hearts and Soul, and I just found out about it today. So it'll be the second Friday in August. Thank you.
No. Do you have one, Jim?
I want to recognize a couple of people here. We mentioned the Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute, which are actually classes for our seminary in Unity Village, Missouri. But Elise Wonder, Jim Weimar, Barbara Weimar, Gwen Anderson. We have certificates of completion indicating you've completed a whole bunch of courses. So congratulations.
All right. John Magny has some upcoming performances in Fort Collins with his family. There's a flyer with some dates on the bulletin board, so we'll be lucky to have John's family in town and hopefully joining us as well. So just so you know how things work here, there's lots of different ways you can benefit Unity of Fort Collins. There's a flyer on the table with details. If you have any questions, see Courtney. Courtney, would you wave? She's in the tree house. There, so we have all kinds of little flyers with information back there. All right, my friends, let's join in our unity blessing together. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. What a juxtaposition of life. I won that vocal competition on Sunday, and on Thursday, my big brother died unexpectedly. He's a huge reason why I play music. His name was Eric. He was a beloved son, brother, and uncle to my new nephew. Yeah, here we are. And so I knew that I could, John was there, of course, for me to pass off the baton, but I know that this is a really loving community, and I feel very held here. So thank you. I'm just gonna show up raw, obviously. No makeup, I'll be crying. I'm gonna invite very last minute impromptu if the choir wants to get up and sing What a Wonderful World with me. That would be lovely. I have the lyrics right there. I'm pretty sure everybody knows the song, so, or whoever wants to get up. That might be a dangerous offer. I don't know how big our stage is, but and Eric will be with me as I play music for the rest of my life. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright precious day, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
For the first time in my life that I'm proud to speak of. Stones by Tom Gordon. God, there are big stones in these walls, solid, dependable stones, heaved into place by skilled masons, holding these walls in place for centuries. Thank you for these big stones, for their strength and purpose, and for their enduring ability to make this place what it needs to be. God, there are little stones in these walls, fitted in, banged into place, to fill the gaps, to bind with other stones, to make these walls complete. Misshapen stones, all with an appropriate space for their shape alone. Once discarded stones, discarded no longer. Odd stones, each one with its special place. Thank you for the little stones, for their unobtrusive, necessary part, strengthening these walls, making this place what it needs to be. God of our lives, thank you for the big people in our churches, in our communities, in our world, carrying responsibilities carved out for important roles, people we rely on, people who are our role models, people we trust, people who make our lives, our church, our world worthwhile. God of our lives, help the big people to hang in there, because we need them so much to keep the whole thing going, making our world what it needs to be. And if I'm one of those big stones, help me not to crumble with the weight of it all. God of our lives, help us not to forget the little people, those seemingly insignificant, misshapen people, the ones who don't get much thought or recognition, who are often rejected as being useless, the shy people, the different people, the gentle people, the low self-esteem people, the diffident people, the not so sure I'm really any good people. Fit them into your walls to make the church, our communities, our world what they were really meant to be. And help us to see that without them, churches crumble, communities perish, the walls of our world fall down. God of our lives, hooray for the little people. 3 cheers for the little stones. Thank God they are there. And if I'm a misshapen, ordinary stone, minding my own business, just doing my bit of filling my place in the wall, just being me, thank you for putting me here. Thank you for believing in me and building me into your walls. Amen.
This is a really beautiful song by who are known as the Beautiful Chorus. So please sing along with me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from the center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. My heart is open, I am aware, in me is a knowing of love, love, love. My heart is open, I am aware, in me is a knowing of love, love, love. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace at the center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace at the center, from the center of me. My heart is open, I am aware, in me is a knowing of love, from the center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace from my center, at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace at the center of me. Please let me feel inner peace at the center of me.
Good morning. First, I want to thank Elise for her beautiful music and her living her life open-hearted with all of us. So let's give her a hand. I want to thank Dalia for her reading. When I look out, I don't see anything but beautiful stones. I want to thank Bonnie Goulding for being my heart-filled chaplain. And I kind of feel with those three, I don't need to say much. But I will. I want to thank Courtney for encouraging me to speak again. When she first mentioned it, I was like, oh, I thought you forgot about me. I think it was about 2 months ago, and when I do a talk, I always say that talk does me. And what I mean by that is that for about 10 weeks, I've got to live with opportunities to open my heart. Now, that sounds great. Not always. So I had that in mind. Jim and I went on a trip. We were out there on the road for 17 days, 4,500 miles. I'm not telling you the minutes. But we came back smiling, and in full disclosure, I only had 1 or 2 little hissy fits. Now, I'm not sure hissy fit is a spiritual term, but I guess Spirit brought me out of it. Now, our sons and daughter-in-laws had no idea what I was working on. I didn't share it with them, but I always kept it. So when something, would nag me, or I'd think, oh, I want to go to that place. Nobody wants to go to that place. I think, okay. Now, I have to tell you something. This is about me. It was the best visit I ever had. Working on keeping my heart open, keeping my unexpected expectations not voiced to the world, like silent reading. And they had no idea. Our youngest son said, Mom, this was such a great visit. And I got to take a little bit responsibility for that because I stayed out of the way. So there's the lesson. Now, when I talk about having an open heart, you can't really talk about having an open heart if you don't know what makes your heart close, if you don't know what it takes to open it up. And so I'm going to share with you a few things. Now, I could roll the papers down. In fact, Jim, I think he had a mild little hissy fit. He's much more environmental than me. And he said, this is the 3rd ink cartridge I've put in. Okay. And, well, thank you for that. And so I did a lot of research. And you didn't come here for me to read you a list, but I'll go over for Jim and the cartridges a little bit of what I found out. So, What can close a heart? Emotional stress, illness, life experiences, including loss, grief and trauma, anger, misunderstandings, fear, and the list goes on, and so did my printer. Why open your heart? Well, I think we all go back and forth, and I'm going to talk about a few incidents that I've had with me and early when in my minister career that I had. And I think what's important is that it opens. I think having an awareness when it closes or it gets guarded or it tightens up a little bit is okay, because then you have an opportunity to open it. So, I'm going to ask you a few questions. You don't have to answer out loud. Okay, so just in your head, is joy more present in my life than fear? Is love stronger than dislike in my life? Has satisfaction shown up in my life more than discontent? Is appreciation and gratitude more present with me than frustration? I want to ask you, are you missing out on something? Is someone or some opportunity because you're not approachable? So I'm going to give you a brief little listing of different ways to open your heart. Now, I have to be honest, there were thousands of them. And since I'm speaking, I put the ones that appeal to me more, but I hope they do you as well. Daily spiritual practices. It keeps a tab. When I don't want to sit down to do my meditation or my prayer, how come? I have to ask myself. Being in nature, it can draw me back. Breathing. I had a PT appointment this week, and we changed up my exercises, and they were really hard, but I was going to get through them. And she looked at me, she goes, "You need to breathe." She goes, "You're really red." So breathing can help open your heart. Connecting with supportive family and friends. And I say supportive, and you know what that means. Expanding the awareness of your thoughts, journaling, collaging, whatever it takes to get it out. Living authentically. Give others permission to do the same. Letting go of expectations, even those ones that are in your head. Honoring where they are. And resisting any judgment. I'm sure I'm the only one who has that. Or need to want them to be like you. I have to tell you, when I went into New Thought, one of the terms that used to send me to the moon and back was we were all like-minded. I used to think, that's kind of boring. It's nice to have people that think like you and want to do like you, and there's comfort, but I don't know about you, but I don't grow when I'm always comfortable. It just doesn't happen. See, I got rough spots on me. You probably already noticed. And I need another stone to rub against me, to smooth my rock. I need that. And so think about that. So now I have a little saying, and if I remember where I put that, that would be good. It's from Rumi's Little Book of the Heart. And it says, "Be certain, in the religion of love, there are no believers or unbelievers. Love embraces us all." So that was one of my little favorites. I'm going to share that with you as I go. So I'm going to share some of my personal experiences because it would be completely inappropriate for me to share yours. And so one of the things that opens my heart are my children and grandchildren. But I'm going to be honest, I can be protective at times. And one of Jim and I's children has learning disabilities. So I decided when that child was about 4, I was going to quit my job. And I was going to get past California CBEST. I did. And I was going to become a long-term sub in special ed classes so I could find an appropriate place for him. So I was in those classes learning information. I was placed on assignment in a severely handicapped class for about 6 months. It would not have been appropriate for our child, but the teachers in those pod were dynamite, and I knew that I'd had a lot to learn from them. So one day, with my class, we were out in the community, and we were spending time in a bowling alley, and I was involved, and I had an aide, and I'm not a good bowler, so I was trying to help them. And there was a league next to me, a morning league for some women. And first I noticed, because I'm pretty observant, the mom of 5, you better be kind of watching. And so I noticed they were staring at my students. And I looked back, and they were staring at my students. And I didn't really know what that was about. And then I noticed they were saying unkind things about my students. Well, I could feel the heat coming up. And I didn't say anything, but I'm sure it was all over my face. And so I decided to take a break to go in the bathroom to regain my composure, left the students with the aide, and I saw Krista. Now, she was the head of the teaching pod, and I knew her to have helped raise her Down syndrome sister. And so I thought she would be a partner in my anger. I had righteous anger, And I went in and I started to tell her about, I can't believe this and I can't believe that. And she's just slowly, methodically washing her hands. I thought, And she looked at me and she said, Barbara, I disagree with you. I could feel my heart go, And I said, you do? She said, yes. You have the benefit to be what's considered normal. And you have a child who looks different right now. But you're the bridge. You're that bridge because you know the difference. You're that bridge, and if you look all strained and angry, all you're going to be doing is letting them know how difficult and different these children are. You're not going to have the opportunity to share how great these kids are. You're that bridge. Well, I'm sure glad my little feet could walk out of the room because I felt different. I contemplated that. I thought about that. There was a part of me that thought, I don't want to be the bridge. I don't want to be the bridge. But I was. That's just the truth. So that day, as I walked out and school was over, I got in my car and I thought I had more compassion for our child. I had more compassion for me. You see, I didn't have to be perfect all the time, and I sure didn't show up that way in my message to them. And I had more compassion for all the people that had no idea what it was like, and I could share that with them. So that's one of my stories. So my next story is kind of about me again. As a new minister, I found myself going to a vow renewal for a couple. I was really excited. I hadn't done a vow renewal. I hadn't done a wedding. And a minister who was actually younger than me, but senior in experience, she was kind enough to invite me. And I was all exuberant like I can get. And the people that we were going to, we drove up to the house after services. I couldn't wait. I came in. She went off to talk to the renewal, I guess this is a term, the renewal groom. And I went into the room to sit with the renewal bride. Now, I had known her, and she was a very quiet, reserved, somewhat stoic person. And I came bounding in like a Labrador puppy. Read the room, Barbara. And so I looked at her, And I said, aren't you excited? This must be a great marriage to want to renew your vows. She looked up at me and she said, he's been an okay husband. Okay, so I decide to sit down at her bedside. You see, a few weeks before, she had been battling cancer for years. And she had her leg amputated because her only child and his wife were going to have multiple children. And she wanted to be able to see those babies, and she wanted to hold those babies. And so she was willing to go through that. So I sit by her and think, now just be quiet. I put my hand out on the bed because I felt the need to touch her. I touched the blanket where the leg wasn't anymore. Breathe, breathe, but I felt myself really tighten and constrict up. You know, we're hard on ourselves. And I looked up at her slowly, hoping she'd forget that I touched that blanket. And she looked at me, and for the first time in years, I saw her smile at me. And then I saw her laugh out loud, this really big belly laugh. I don't think I'd ever seen her laugh. She said, you know, I'm so glad you touched my leg. I thought, oh. Because you see, I feel it every day still, and I'm sure glad somebody sees it. Open my heart. And so that's what we can do for each other. That's what we're meant to do for each other. We uplift each other, and sometimes I'm funny, and I don't even mean to be. It's just a funny situation. So as I went away that day, I thought about, what if I would have gotten so upset, not listened to my inner guidance to touch her, to kind of withdraw, tighten in, curl up, because I didn't like what I did. My guidance said, touch her. I thought, okay, it's right here. Oh, no. And so I remember that. And I'm going to read a poem to you. It's in Richard Rohr's book, The Universal Christ. It's Love by Derek Walcott. He's a West Indian poet. The time will come when with elation you will greet yourself, arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat, get some wine, get some bread. Give back your heart to yourself. To the stranger who's always loved you in all of your life, whom you've ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from your bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel away from the image on the mirror and sit and feast on your life. So I know I'm 2 minutes over. I'm obsessive with time. So my hope and blessings for you this week is to carry the heart you will receive. I have bought some touchstones for you. Stones carved in the shape of a heart. And I'm going to leave these on two dishes on either side. And I'd like you this week to carry that heart with you. And when you feel it closing, or you feel you've been hurt or misunderstood, I want you to touch it. I want you to remind yourself. And then when your heart opens, I would request that you give from your overflow to each other. Thank you.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. our thoughts, our prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer.
So this is our time for meditation. I'd like you to take a moment to settle in together. Whichever way works for you, allowing your hands to rest softly on your lap, your feet on the ground. You can close your eyes, soften your eyes, or you can look at me. Feel the gentle support of the pew or chair cradling your body. Notice any sounds in the room. Could be the air conditioner, could be the fan, could be the person breathing next to you. Distant or near, simply allow them to fade into the background of your awareness, letting your mind quiet, inviting a sense of a gentle presence. Take a few deep cleansing breaths in through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Hold that breath for a moment and releasing it slowly through your mouth. As you breathe out, let go of any stress. Stress getting here, stress on the list of what I have to do, stress and tension in your body. And any unresolved issues, they always have a way of working themselves out. With each exhale, feeling yourself becoming more centered. Focus on the center of your chest. Picture a bright green light growing with each breath until it fills your whole chest. The light stands for unconditional love, inner peace, and harmony. Imagine a little door on your heart. Look at it, and when you're prepared, open the knob and slowly walk in. Notice any sensations or qualities present within this place. I don't want to label them because everyone's experience will be different. Remain here for a while, just hanging out inside your heart. With each breath that you take, share this love you feel right here with yourself, with others, and beyond this room out into the world. When you're ready, return your awareness to the room by wiggling your fingers, moving your body, opening your eyes if they're already open. Hello. And become present again, ready to share what you have with everyone else. Thank you.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
I'm not sure. There I am. You may have noticed that Sharon and I are designated as your spiritual leaders. And what's so much fun here is for us to take a step way back, and allow people like Barbara to do the ministering. So thank you. Thank you, Barbara, for your fine job in speaking today. And most of all, being part of this community and the joy and love that you bring to it. So thank you. I'd also like to thank each and every one of you that have stood up here and shared your life experiences. And about 90 of you are involved in various teams in this community and use your talent and ability in great ways to make this community work for all of us. So thank you. Another way that we make this community work is by giving of our time and talent and treasure. And now we have an opportunity to bless, to give, to share, and to make things work so dynamically in this community. So I'll have the ushers come forward as we share our love offering. And I invite you to take it in your hand. And first of all, be grateful. Translate some of that gratefulness to what you give. So let's do that together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
So I had originally planned on singing Don't Worry, Be Happy right now, but I'm not going to do that. So here's a flute song.
do our This Little Light of Mine?
Can we do it in a minor key? No.
Sure. Any key works.
I don't even know if I could do it in minor.
Thank you, Elise.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here on the corner of the lines and vine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said here on the corner of the lines and vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, here on the corner of lines and vine, I'm gonna let it shine. 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 Oh, let it shine.
That ended up kind of cool. That was impromptu.
Thank you, Elise. We certainly hold for your heart healing when it's so heavy. Thank you. Joellen Fulton would like to do something next. You ready, Joellen?
It's the first Sunday of the month when we celebrate congregants' birthdays. So if you have a birthday in the month of August, please come up here. We'd love to sing happy birthday to you. No one? Okay. This is the second time this has happened.
Oh, come on. There should be about 1/12 of you should be having a birthday in August. No one? No one, no one. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I guess what we'll do is we'll first of all greet one another. Find someone you don't know and tell them how tell them how much you love them. And then let's circle up a prayer protection, a peace song. Well, just a reminder, we have a chaplain's meeting right after the service. And we are so grateful if you're here for the first time. Come again next week. The speakers, the music, everything will be different. So we trust that you'll want to return many times. So together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.